And now, the star of the show, Jordan Rogozinski.
Hello folks, welcome back to the Jordan 411 Sports Show, and today we have two special guests. On my far left we have what you know as Reaper, and that's a cool mask. And on this side of me, I have a legend in Winnipeg who likes to do a lot of pick sixes and hopes to get in that end zone. Maurice Leggett. Is that the clean wave?
Yeah.
Is that your celebration?
Yeah, that's my celebration.
How did that start?
I just started doing the Queen wave and just waving to the crowd and waving to my opponents, letting them know that I'm here to take over.
Do you talk trash to your opponent? No?
I'm quiet on the field.
Okay.
I might crack a joke every now and then.
You make noise with your play, though.
That's it. That's all I need to do.
So, how your Achilles doing? All healed up for the season?
I think I could fly every now and then. Do a couple touchdowns, couple plays.
Okay. Hope you get a pick six versus Edmonton.
Hopefully. But who knows? Will they throw the ball is the question.
Yeah. Do you have a good deception on where the ball's going? Do your eyes know where the ball's going, or did that take practice?
It takes a lot of practice, but you have to train your eyes as well as your mind to actually know where the ball is going, so it takes a lot of film study as well.
Okay. So, do you do eye exercises then?
No, that's just natural. Just have to know where you're looking at and what to look at and how to study the play.
Okay. And now, Reaper, you can take your mask off now.
Thank you.
Why were you known as the Reaper? How did that all start?
Well, we all know it. I'm in section 141, as you can tell. We all dress up for Halloween. 2 years ago at Halloween, I went out and bought my mask, and then it just went out from there.
Are you in the section where these players jump in?
We certainly are. We're in the harder cop area, and even the defense comes down there, jumps once in a while too.
Have you ever jumped in there, Mo?
I tried, but I was so tired after that punt return, I just couldn't get up there. I just raised my hand up there.
That was a good punt return. I remember that. Now, Mo, what's your pregame ritual?
My pregame ritual, the day of, I actually wake up and make an egg sandwich, and then I go right back to sleep. And then when I wake up from my nap, I make one of the best deli sandwiches that a man can ever taste before the game, and then I go to the game.
Holy. So lots of sleep. That's important. What's your practice routine, or do you have one?
My practice routine, I am the most quiet person on the field during warm-ups. I stand off to the side, like away from everyone, and then I just wait for the other guys to talk trash to me.
Who's the most person that talks trash?
Definitely Darvin Adams. He's one of
Darvin?
the few guys that can get under my skin in practice. But he gets me going, and then he doesn't even practice plays against me. He just gets me going.
Yeah. That's always good for teammates to get you going. How is it on the field when do you hear the crowd screaming and yelling, or not really?
I just know I can't hear myself. That's one thing.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys are actually saying, but I can't hear myself talk, so I pretty much hear you guys.
Yeah. So that's very positive then. How is it when the offense makes a play, and then when you guys go out there to try and keep the momentum going?
We just gotta talk it out. We can't get too high. We can't get too low. We just have to be even keeled, and we just talk to each other like, all right, let's just do it again. Let's make some more plays.
And that's what I noticed about this year. When you guys were down, I even saw Matt smiling during that Montreal game. He knew he was gonna do it.
Yeah, we always believe in ourselves. It doesn't matter how big the lead is for them. We just feel like we're going to make plays, and our defense. We love to take the ball away, like rather quickly. So that's all we had to do. We just believed in each other.
Did you pay attention to the free agents you got?
No, I didn't pay much attention to it. I was too busy working on myself, trying to get my Achilles back to great strength, and I just know a couple guys reached out to me about being assigned to the team.
You did pretty good in that department.
So I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of offensive guys, so I'm a little happy about that because I get to beat up on them in practice.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you and Bowman will have your battles.
Yeah.
And do you listen to a certain type of music on the way to the game?
I listen to a lot of different music genres actually. In the morning when I'm showering, I'm listening to like Mozart and stuff when I'm showering. So it's like different classical music.
'Cause you did ballet, right? One time?
Yeah, I did ballet. I did ballet.
That's why you listen to that kind of music.
I actually studied music in high school and in college.
Cool. How was doing ballet? And do you think it helped you in football at all?
It helps with your flexibility and your balance. I love it. I've done it in high school. I'm very big on fine arts, so
Okay.
I loved it. I loved every second of it.
You weren't embarrassed wearing pink?
No, I wear pink on my head.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't always pay attention, What's the hardest team to play against? What's the team that gives you the most trouble?
The team that gives myself the most trouble has to be Calgary Stampeders. They're such a well-coached, well-disciplined team to where they make few little mistakes, and you have to be on top of your game in playing them.
And now, Michael,
Yeah.
how long before a game do you guys go?
We usually get there anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours before game.
Do you tailgate in a specific spot?
Not a specific spot. It's basically wherever we end up.
Okay. And when they score a touchdown, what's your first reaction?
First reaction is to get down to the front as quick as I can to help those boys get up because they're pretty big, and they have a little trouble getting up on the wall.
Those offensive linemen. Boy, that Bond character, he must have been big to lift up. How was he in size, Bond?
Just take 10 of me and still be too little.
How's the Carter how do you guys get in tune with one another? Do you have did Michael Shea do certain things, or do you guys hang out? Or?
Most guys, we hang out depending with our positions. We stay with our group mainly. And in the locker room, we're always in the locker room. We play ping pong together. We play different games in the locker room. Cards,
that must
dominoes.
get intense.
Yeah, it definitely does. If you look at a couple guys' Snapchats, it gets really intense.
Yeah. How did Michael Shea does his pregame speeches? Are they any good?
They're quick.
They're
He's a
quick.
man of few words.
Yeah.
And he lets the locker room take the lead. He has his few things that he needs to say, and then he walks off.
Okay. How was the rain delay? I know that wasn't last year, but 2 years ago, that 2.5 hour rain delay. How did you deal with that?
We stayed pretty warm. We put music on and we started dancing around and had a little fun.
Yeah. 'Cause you guys came out and were on fire.
One of the best games I've watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. Bands are both pretty fun too, though. That's top of mind. Labor Day would be the ultimate, though. How is that, Labor Day?
The Labor Day Classic is very intense. Very intense when you go out there, and of course we're in Regina, so it's kind of a different feeling, and I'm kind of scared to eat. You know, I'm very picky on the things I eat. Different restaurants because I don't know what side they're on, so I don't want to feel sick out there playing.
So do you only eat at one or two restaurants while you're there?
I'm a fan of smaller businesses, but I think like when I go to Regina, I need a big business, like a big restaurant to go to because of that.
Okay. Do you ever get people in Regina saying, "Mo, you suck"?
I've heard worse than that.
Yeah, I know, but keep it plain, you know, where it goes.
Yeah, I've heard worse. So it's all in fun of the competition because CFL week, have a bunch of Saskatchewan fans. They've actually asked for my autograph and just
Cool.
pictures and stuff.
Cool. How going out to BC in that time difference?
That is one of the most relaxing trips I've ever been on because I sleep on the road. I sleep all day. I eat and sleep. I don't get out of bed. I don't do anything else.
Is it cool to see kind of the mountains?
We rarely see it. We
Oh.
rarely see it.
Oh, that's right. You're on a business trip.
Yeah.
Are you impressed with all the Friday night games we got?
I made a living off of Friday nights growing up in high school. So those were like my biggest moments, my best moments. So I think I'm going to give a great show on Friday nights.
I hope you do. And how about you? Were you pretty impressed?
I was happy this year to see a lot of Friday night games.
And that one Saturday in July, I'm really glad they did that for out-of-towners.
Yep.
To make it, because you live out of town,
Yep.
even though you still make it.
Yep.
Some people don't.
Won't miss it.
Yeah.
Won't miss it.
Have you ever been sick for a game?
I will be honest. The last game that they played last year, in the playoffs, 2 days before I got in for foot surgery.
Oh, I remember.
So I came in on crutches that day, and sat in the stands with my foot up and everything like that in the cold and watched the game.
How was that playoff experience?
You.
Oh man, it was for me. Of course, I didn't get a chance to play that game,
Yeah,
and it was just
sadly.
very emotional for me. But I was just there trying to help any way I can.
I hope you get to have the revenge this year, though, and do play.
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to it.
On that play, when you tore your ACL, did you feel it?
I felt a kick in the back of my leg, and I looked around and I asked everybody. I said, "Who kicked me?" And then we all laughed, and I was like, "Oh no, I can't believe it." I said, "I tore my Achilles," and then I just screamed out loud, "Kobe!" And then all the players just laughed and just had some fun with it.
So you were still upbeat for the whole process?
Yeah. I mean, you have your ups and downs with it, but mainly I was upbeat about it.
Now, do you wear shorts or for game day? Do you wear shorts or kind of this stuff, or what's the dress code?
It depends on the weather, actually. Pre-game, it's mainly shorts, flip-flops with socks. Yes, I do that. I do wear those. And we go, but my game attire is always the same.
I think it was Tristan in that Calgary game with no shirt on. Is that correct?
I actually, that was right after, the injury, so I didn't make it.
Okay, I think that's correct.
Yeah, we're the guys that actually we want to show you that We're
Yeah.
tougher.
And you have that sign on the wakeboard. It's not cold here.
Oh yeah, it's not cold here. If you look at Coach O'Shea, he wears the same. He wears shorts when it's snowing
Yeah.
and everything. Too.
I'm like, he's still wearing shorts. He's still wearing shorts. How is it on a hot day playing football? Does that take a toll?
It depends on the person. How do you prepare yourself? There's hot games, and I feel like I've drank enough fluids to stay hydrated, and I haven't. And you see, some guys they put a cold towel over their head just to keep cool.
And Michael, how do you prepare for those hot games?
We drink a lot of fluids.
Yeah.
A lot of fluids. All day.
Water.
Water, yes, water.
Yeah.
Water.
And how did you guys get to know each other?
That's a really funny story.
Yes, I was looking for a babysitter, and actually, his wife reached out to me and said their daughter, can do it and everything like that. And that's how it started. It was a couple times where she babysitted, and it's just one time that she wasn't able to, and I really needed a babysitter. So his wife actually stepped up, and that's how the friendship actually started.
And then you met this fool over here.
Yeah, then you met me.
Yeah.
Then it got I got dragged along, so I get dragged everywhere she goes. Wherever Mrs. Reaper goes, I get dragged.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then I lose my mental.
Yeah. Does it get pretty intense when you guys play games? Like, do you like to joke around with each other?
Playing games like with him is, I'd hate to play on a field with this guy, because playing a game of Crokinole with this guy is like, it's intense. Yeah. He doesn't mess around. He plays to win. And if he doesn't win, because he doesn't always, we play again.
It just happened once, but yeah.
Yeah, it happened once. And anybody's wishing to want to challenge him in a game of Crokinole, he has his own Crokinole board. He'll set it up, and it's on. And the other thing he thinks he's good at is bones, which is dominoes. He thinks he's good at that, but he's been beat at that too.
Once.
Not by me. Not by
I
me.
beat you in Jenga at CFL.
Okay. We don't need to talk about Jenga and CFL week.
You can't. Your knees were getting sore.
You were cheating too.
Yeah. So you say. So, congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
Was that a nervous time for you?
Yeah, I couldn't sit still throughout the night, and and it was like we were going out for dinner, so every song that came on the radio was about getting married, and it was just like, really? And by the end of the night, the waiter, he actually was writing "Will you marry me" on the plate and the dessert. He messed up like 3 or 4 times before he got it right, the handwriting right.
Cool.
I had to get up, and I just started pacing around the restaurant.
and she didn't notice?
Because we had a big party, so
yeah.
right there with it's rare for both of our families to actually be in one city at the same time, so that was the one thing. And when it finally happened, he just brought the dessert out and said, "This is for the birthday girl," and she said, "Whose birthday is it? Because it's not my birthday." Yeah. And then she's looking around, and then she finally looked at the plate. Cool. So the video is on Instagram and Twitter. It's kind of...
Okay. Check it out. It's really cool. Now, the Bombers do a lot of charity work. And are you ambassador for the Bombers? Like, do you endorse charity work?
I don't personally endorse charity work because...
Like, how about?
Yeah, I do things on my own mainly because when you endorse charity work, it's just with a specific charity. Okay. And I just have a wide variety. I've been through a lot in my life growing up, so I don't want to just stick to one charity. So I just bounce around, and if you need my help, then I'm there.
How was your growing up?
My growing up was very rough, very rough. A friend of mine was killed. in school. Had to move down from Pittsburgh to Atlanta. I was just, you know, I grew up in America, so back then there was no social media or anything like that, and it was very rough. My last 2 years of high school, I was homeless, and I like bounced around from like high school teammates and just like spending the night without anyone knowing. So there's a couple people that actually knew that I was homeless.
And then you tried out with the Bombers in 2014. How was that process?
It was kind of funny because Edmonton, I did the workout with Edmonton 5 days before, and my agent called and he called Edmonton and asked where they're going to offer. They said they're going to wait a couple days because they have other things. And I'm very stubborn with that because I feel like I'm one of the best guys that you'll ever see. So I said, scratch that. And then 5 days later, I do a workout, which I was going to retire. But my cousin, my mom's cousin actually, is best friends with Milt Stiegel.
Huh?
And Milt, James West, they reached out to me and said, just give it, just come out here, try it out. And I didn't even finish the actual tryout with the group of guys because I did that well and they signed me on the spot.
Okay. So how did that feel going through what you went through to finally realize your football dream?
Well, I started with the Kansas City Chiefs my first 4 years of my career.
Sorry.
So it was like once I hit a goal, I set a new goal, and now that I made a professional team, now I want to win some championships. So I'm looking forward to winning a couple Grey Cups in Winnipeg.
We hope that happens this year.
Definitely.
How was the NFL? The culture.
It's very intense, flashy. My first couple days in Kansas City, it's 6 a.m. and guys are dressed up like they're going to a gala or something. Like you would see guys pull up in suits, nightlife attire. It was just a big change in my life, and you got guys wearing $600-$700 shoes, and I have these $20 Pro Keds on and and British Knights, and they were like, you make too much money to be wearing $20 shoes, and I wouldn't wear any other shoes than that, and we had some fun with it.
So you had discipline. Do you think that helped you in your football career?
Actually, being a football player helps your discipline because you have to be on a set schedule. You have to check your ego a lot of at times, your pride. Just like the same as the military, it helps you with your character and everything, and your just basic life skills.
When Michael Shea first came on, what was your first impressions of him?
That was actually, we came in together.
Oh.
So
what
I met
was
him.
That like?
We didn't have a lot of chances to speak during our free agent mini camp because we're trying to make the team.
Yeah.
He's a new coach. He's trying to get things set, but he's just a upfront guy. He says what he needs to say, and then he's done talking.
Yeah.
No discussion. He's about business. He has fun with it. Family-oriented guy, and that's what I liked about him.
Yeah. Does he have, since he has a CFL experience, since he's helping out with the defense, do you think that will help you guys out?
Definitely, especially for the linebackers. You have Coach O'Shea. He's a legend at linebacker, and we have some youth there. We're young at linebacker, so we're trying to actually make them more mentally experienced with that. And Coach O'Shea is a great guy for that.
So, do you think Santos Knox could do it?
Santos Knox is a great player. I love Santos Knox. Yeah, he's one of my favorite guys on the team. Yeah.
With minicamp tomorrow, what will you kind of show the rookies?
I'm there mainly for mental coaching, helping out. Coach Younger, he's a new defensive back coach, and we've actually sat in and had some meetings together just to try to help out just a bigger mindset, the goal that we're trying to accomplish, because we all have one thing in mind, and that's the Grey Cup.
When he was first hired, what was your first impression?
I was on vacation. I didn't know. I was on vacation, and then there's a text, and it's like, okay, to me, I'm a lot older than the rest of the guys, so I understand it's a business, and he's an experienced guy. He played the position, so it's going to be fun.
He can hit, though. He was a hard hitter. I remember that.
I love it then,
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have played together as well, so it's, a coach that you could have played with.
How is Richie Hall with game-wise? Do you understand his game?
Richie Hall's scheme, I love it. I understand it. It's very unique, and he has ways where he's trying to actually limit the plays, and once the guys understand why he's calling the play, we'll shut down a lot of teams.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mo, for coming.
Thank you.
And thank Michael for bringing this guy along and arranging it all.
It's my pleasure.
And hope to wish you all the best in the season, and hope to win a Grey Cup this year. Bye-bye, folks.
Please like and subscribe to Jordan's YouTube channel and follow him on Twitter.